Hi, Dr. Godspeed and the rest of the class, if you're watching it. I decided to do my case study over chapter 3, which is the human body, the biological person. And I decided to do it on 3.3, the case study 3.3, which is Melissa's HIV diagnosis. So I'm just going to start off with like a quick little overview of what happened. So Melissa is a young professional. She's middle class. She lives in New York. She has like this big dream to be really perfect, but that dream gets shattered after she gets sick and she gets a positive HIV test back from the doctors. She does have a fiance. She was supposed to have the perfect fiance, the perfect job, the perfect life. Despite her setback, her fiance decided that they both wanted to move forward, and they wanted to go to a pregnancy clinic to see what their options were to have kids. Her case study highlights the importance of resilience and really just going through things that are super unexpected and driving through the challenges and seeking the importance of resources and really just time, pretty much. So for me, the questions were really hard to find in my book. So I did look up like some key points or like key questions on the internet. And I did find, thankfully from the book, from Carnage Learning and stuff, I could find the questions. So 2 social work core values that I think are evident like in her case study is dignity and the worth of the individual. Despite getting her diagnosis of HIV, her dignity and her self-worth was upheld through the whole entire process. Neither her nor the caseworker nor her fiance ever lost hope in her and never, was down on her or degraded her for what happened. They were just focused on making sure that she was okay so she could have a good future for both herself, her fiance, and the child that they want to have. So the second one is 2 core social work concepts that would guide in decision making. So those would be, I personally believe that it would be client-centered and cultural competence. So me as a social worker, I would have to ensure that Melissa's needs, preferences, values, all of those things were at the center of every single decision that was being made. Additionally, I believe that as a social worker, I would demonstrate cultural competence by considering Melissa and her fiance's cultural background, values, and providing appropriate support and resources like to tailor to this certain circumstance. And then the third one is 2 compelling right choices of action to be provided for comprehensive education and support. I feel like those 2 things would be to facilitate access for health and Medicare that she might need, and then also getting her in contact with certain healthcare services. As a social worker, I would ensure that Melissa and her husband are well informed about HIV transmission, and that because she did get a positive HIV test, that there aren't very many options of reproductivity, but there are few, and pointing her into the direction of that is going to be very important to both her and her fiance and the future child.